but I chose only 4 topics that I want to focus today. So first is that Spain is marvelous, right? All the culture, the history, the food, the art, the geography, everything. And you guys in Italy are very well served, so I'm not going to talk about this. But there are 3 things that are also very interesting for a foreign investor. So the first one is very attractive prices and very interesting returns on investment. The second one is about all the robust structure that is in place to protect the investor, to make sure that the investment is attractive for them, profitable for them, and safe. And the third one is about mortgages, about the banks, and the legislation to attract foreign investors. We're going to detail each one of these right now. So first, this is small. I thought it was going to be bigger, but I can tell you the numbers. So I did this analysis of how much would it cost to buy a 100 square meter apartment in the main cities in a nice location, not like the best location, but in a good location in several cities in the world. So if you go to New York, 1.4 million. If you go to Miami, that's 800,000. London, 1.5. Paris, 1.2. Milan, I had to put the number here. I put the number just for this chat. Milan is 0.9, so it's 900K almost. And Madrid is 560. So the prices of an attractive property, a good property, are much better than in most of the other cities and the other world-class cities where everybody wants to be in, right? For that reason, of course, we get some very attractive returns on investment. So we have had, over the past few years, a 2.8 annual property appreciation. The prices, as Ilaria said, had been increasing for the past 10 years. And even with this slowdown of the market, similar to Portugal, we have a slowdown of the market, not a drop, not a significant drop. In some places, yes, but overall is still a good movement. And even with that, we don't see signs of a bubble. It's still a very robust market with a lot more demand than supply, and the properties keep on appreciating. The second thing, if you have those prices, you have very attractive yields. So the profitability of the investment is about 7%, and if you go to the coastlines, and if you go for, as Lars was saying, short-term rentals, Airbnbs, and all that, then you can get even more attractive returns. Of course, you're going to have a little bit more work, but you can get even more handsome returns. We found several cases where we can get a 9.2. So this is the first part. It's a very interesting investment for anybody looking to make the most of their money, right? The second one is about financing. The banking system is robust. They learned from the 2008 crisis, and they have very good conditions for foreigners. So you can get, as a foreigner, up to 70% financing in up to 30 years. The yields, the interests are from between 2 and 4% annual interest. Of course, this is a moment of high interests, but it's very easy to renegotiate your mortgage, and it's not a lot of cost to renegotiate your mortgage the day that interest rates drops again. So if you're going to have a mortgage for 30 years, you can renegotiate over the course of your mortgage and get the attractive price that we are seeing today with the attractive returns that we're going to see in the future when interest rates start to drop. When you take a mortgage, you're going to have a payment of up to 35% of your gross income. So as Guilherme said, we really recommend that people start by pre-approving a mortgage so that they know what kind of property they can look at, and they can plan ahead how much they can pay in that mortgage. And it's going to take, if you have a good provider, if you have somebody, and that's it. We're here with real estate agents, right? So that's the importance of having a good professional to help you. If you have a good professional, you are going to get your mortgage in up to 90 days. If you do it yourself, it can take a lot longer than that. So you can get a whole investment in Spain with a very attractive yields in 90 days, which is pretty interesting considering all the regulations that we have in Europe. In terms of legislations for foreigners, we have some very interesting legislations that are directed to attracting foreigners because of everything we know, right? They move the economy, they bring in innovation, they bring in pensions, and it's very good for everybody. So we have the golden visa. If you have somebody that is not from the European Union and they invest 500,000 euros in property in Spain, can be more than one property, they can get the passport. It's a process. They first get a visa, then they renew it and get a passport, but in 5 years they get a passport, and their families too. The second one is the Beckham Law. It's not the official name, but everybody here remembers David Beckham, the soccer guy, right? So when he was hired in the 90s to play in Madrid, and they created a law for him that helps every wealthy people that want to come to Spain, that gives very similar financial incentives to what we saw in Portugal and Italy. So you have no income over revenues that you get outside of Spain, and in Spain you have a top rate of 25% income tax. So that's very attractive that's a lot better than what you get for locals. Another very interesting thing is the digital nomads visa. So this is something that is specific to Malaga, which is one of the dream cities to live. It's on the coastal area, perfect weather, very nice investments, very nice beaches. And they have a special visa for people that are digital nomads. So they pay less taxes and they get a residence in the first 2 years, even if they're not working in a Spanish company. So it's very attractive for young people, and it's creating a system of innovation that is very interesting. It's very cool to be part of that environment in Malaga. So if you have people that are considering opening startups or investing in startups, I would definitely recommend getting close to Malaga, because this is attracting a lot of top talent. And the final one is income tax discount for investment in properties. This is under discussion, but this is an illustration of how much the regulations are favoring investors that want to bring in real estate investments for Spain. This is, they talk about an exemption or a discount of 50%, something like that. Well, in terms of advice for anybody trying to, that wants to invest in Spain, what I would recommend for you guys, for you to offer your clients, or if you want to invest yourselves, how would I get started? How did I get started? So first of all, specialize in 1 or 2 regions. Spain is very diverse, and there's local regulations, there's local flavors of the regions, and you can easily get overwhelmed. So choose 1 or 2, and then you develop the network of trusted agents in the region. It's very, very important that you are advised, that you are served with a good professional. Almost all of us are real estate agents here, so I'm not going to go into details, but there are particularities of laws, of taxes, of regulations, even like knowing the place to make sure that you're paying a fair price, and help in negotiating with the seller. This is where a good professional can help you a lot. And so this is why, if you're going to invest in Spain, I would recommend you guys, real estate agents, bringing your clients to develop a local network. We have 400 agents in EXP Spain, excellent people, some of the most inspiring people I have ever worked with. So I would definitely recommend that you get in touch with a couple of them and start heating up these conversations. And the last one is save additional 8 to 15%, depending on the region and the price of the property, for taxes and fees. I'm not going to go into details of what are the taxes and the fees. What you have to tell your clients is save 8 to 15% more, because of all the bureaucracy that we're going to go through. And finally, if you guys want to invest in Spain, I know I'm suspect to say because I'm the broker of EXP Spain, but I have to say, I truly believe that EXP is the best partner that you can count on, because we have more than 400 agents in 30 cities. As I said before, some of the most inspiring people I have worked with very reliable, very entrepreneurial, creative, solution-oriented, know very deeply their market. And we definitely have somebody to help you in any of the areas that are very attractive for foreigners. Second thing, we have more than 800 listings in portfolio. Many of them are in exclusivity. So we can make sure that very, very good and attractive properties are going to be available for you if you partner with us. And last but not least, am I going too fast for the translator? Okay, I get excited and I start, last but not least, all the infrastructure that you need to close an international transaction. So I'm talking about the contracts already in place, the infrastructure to pay overseas, which can be very complicated. We already have that. The splits and all that adds complexity and adds anxiety when you're dealing with something as new as buying somewhere else. We are here to help you, and our agents, they know this and they take advantage of this. We have several operations in EXP Spain that we have closed with American, UK, especially American and UK agents. And we have all this know-how already in place. You can just focus on what really is your core business, which is getting to the client and doing the transaction itself, right? Leave the back office to us. To finalize, I separated some of the properties that I have in my portfolio. I think one of them is already sold, but you're going to get the idea. So you have, like in Barcelona, you have 60 square meters for 270K. This is a good region in Barcelona. This is Eixample, which is where I live. In Madrid, you have, like, if you want to go to more upscale, I wouldn't say luxury, but upscale, this is a 200 square meters for less than 1 million euros. If you want to go more affordable and you want to get more attractive yields, Valencia is something that I would definitely recommend. They have a university there that is attracting a lot of students, and the properties are cheap, like 175, 85 square meters. And this, what is very common in Valencia is alquilar por habitaciones, is rent for rooms, create a co-working for students. And the yield on this is amazing. And to your question, Lars, we have companies that manage rentals. We have companies that manage rentals short-term and long-term. It's about 500 euros per month if you get like one of these properties. If you want to go more luxury, it's going to be a little bit more, but it's pretty reasonable. If you go to Malaga, I love Malaga. I talked about Malaga already. But then you can have like very good, 80 square meters, 200K, with the sea view and amazing weather. If you go to Canarias, who talked about Canarias here? Somebody talked about Canarias. So in Canarias, we have awesome agents. We have many buyers. I think that almost half of the purchases in Canarias are made from Germans and some French and UK. They love those islands, and it's very well connected, and it's so cheap. Like you can get 80 square meters for 135K. And if you want to go more towards the luxury part, then you go to the Balearic Islands, which is Ibiza, and that's a little bit more expensive. So you have everything. I personally prefer investors, so investment properties, simpler properties, lower tickets, higher yields, but we do have luxury stuff too. So if you want to start investing in Spain, I would definitely recommend it. I do it. And talk to me. I can point you to the right person in EXP Spain, and they're definitely going to find a good deal for your clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Renata. You have convinced everyone.
It's better than Dubai.
Yes. No. Thank you.